first down, it's Newton. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a first down throw for Newton. On the right side, this is Miller. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. To the air again, Newton. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come up in an offset eye. A final shot before the break. Newton. This will be caught at about the 5. We'll take it. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. On and ready to go for the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That was second down run for Murray. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a cut to the left sideline. Latavius Murray. Touchdown, Carolina. Latavius Murray with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now Cutler to throw on second down. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
On first down, it's Cutler. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Charles, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
This one complete left side to Green Beckham. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move this.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K1 Short in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Third down and 1. A lot of time there, partner, in the protected pocket, and he was able to deliver.
The guys protecting the passer have allowed him plenty of time to go through his progressions and find open receivers.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Luke Kuechly with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And Novak's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, they're back now at Soldier Field, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker. From
the 50, Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Newton now on second down. Completion left side to Miller. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's caught. It's Miller. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the right side, this is Miller. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing is Newton. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now it's Newton. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Now it's Cutler. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, you know my bias.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Jamal Charles on third down. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're on the outskirts of field goal range here in a tie game with a little time. So how do you handle this? What do you do here, Charles?
Everybody wants to pick up as much yardage as possible. But the weird part is for field goal kickers, being in really close sometimes puts more pressure on them because it's much more of a position kick as opposed to just going ahead and letting it out and letting it thump. A lot of guys like a little bit of distance because you know they can handle it, and it's a more natural swing of the leg.
So maybe getting inside the 20, not that big of a deal.
Not that huge of a deal. Sometimes that messes you up with the angles depending on which hash mark you're kicking from.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Newton. Wide open receiver complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now Newton. And Davis has it over the middle. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They come up in an offset eye. They pitch it out to Murray. And he'll cut it. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. If there was a time to break off a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the fourth.
And it's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The strike to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run. Block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. We get a look at the Panthers defense now. Now, they have been so strong all game long. They just need to show up here one final time, Charles.
And this isn't a spot where they're going to run out onto the field and look at each other and say, okay, can we hold on? They've been strong all game, as you talked about.
Yes, you got some confidence.
Confidence. They're thinking, let's just go out there and shut them down 1, 2, 3 and get out of here. That's how they feel right now.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shaq Thompson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. So the D-line's going to spread out.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for... Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye. They go with Murray again. And the cutback to the sideline. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up. Newton's going to throw it. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. One last shot for Cutler. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Luke Kuechly in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Panthers, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look